So welcome everyone to Empyrean and Dell's Getting Ready for AI webinar. We thank you for your time. We know it's busy with end of financial year coming up, so we appreciate the opportunity. So this is the big question in all our minds, the existential question. How are we going to be relevant in 3 years' time? 5 years is even beyond thinking, but 3 years with the way and things are moving and how quickly they're moving, the advancements that keep coming out week on week. The elephant in the room is, what are we going to be doing in 3 years' time? What will our jobs look like? What will our teams look like? And how will our organisations that we work with remain relevant in the age of AI? So this is the question that Dell and Empyrean, we hope to address somewhat. We're not going to be able to give you all the answers, but certainly some advice, information and direction on what you can do around AI strategy and implementation. So the agenda for today is, first, I'll be talking for a little while, talking about what's the latest AI releases. There were some, what I think are pretty game-changing announcements that came out in the last week or two that I think are relevant for our discussion today. We're going to talk about, where do we start? What are the services we can use? There's thousands of services, so what are we going to use? What's safe to use in the enterprise? What's the approach? What approach can you take to getting started? Going to have a discussion around data and AI. Going to talk about data security and also talk about what you can do to prepare. Then I'm going to hand over to Dell, who are going to talk about why AI now, what are some of the challenges, the Dell AI Factory, what are the components of the AI Factory, and where to start your journey. We hope to have some Q&A at the end if we have some time. If not, we'll email you a response, but there is a Q&A session where you can input in your questions whenever you like, and if we get the time, we'll answer. If not, we'll do so at a later stage. So thanks again. So the host today, so we're honoured to be joined by Aruna Kolluru. So Aruna is the Chief Technologist at Dell across Asia Pac and Japan for AI, and she's been working with organisations, government, enterprise in the big data and AI space for many years. So Dell AI has been around for a lot more than the 2 years it's come into our space. So it's safe to say Aruna's been, got a lot more to say about it than most of us do. Myself, I'm Josh Rubens. I'm the CEO at Empyrean. We were formerly called Cloud Solutions Group, which I founded in 2010. We were acquired by Deloitte in 2015. We were there for 5 years. I was a partner in cloud engineering there for 5 years, and then left and re-established Cloud Solutions in 2020, and we rebranded to Empyrean IT at the end of 2023. We've always been pioneers, firstly with VMware in 2010, public cloud, the Microsoft Power Platform, and now cybersecurity and AI. This is what we do. I'm not going to spend any time on this. So we're, got about 35 people, Melbourne-based. We have a broad set of services across AI, Power Platform, cybersecurity, cloud engineering, M365, data center, and infrastructure as well. So we have an offering that is well suited to mid-market and enterprise clients. So let's look at the trends. So I think we were all a bit shocked when OpenAI released ChatGPT in September 2022, and within 2 months had 100 million users. 100 million monthly users. So it certainly came into the zeitgeist, and people were now, AI became something that wasn't a corner use case by data scientists. It was now something that everyone was using. Within a year, according to a PwC study, 73% of companies were using AI, and they're predicting that by 2028, the AI security market will reach $50 billion. So we're here, we're a few years in, but it's moving really, really quickly. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the latest announcements, but I'm also finding, I'm sure many of you are, how difficult it is to keep up. It seems every week there are things coming out that a lot of them are significant, and it's almost a full-time job to stay up to date. So many of you will have seen the GPT-4 Omni release from OpenAI a couple of weeks ago. So what's really exciting about it, it's the convergence of what were previously separate models for text, voice and video. So they've converged them into one model at half the cost of GPT-4 Turbo. So if any of you saw the video, if you didn't, I suggest you jump on YouTube. It's about a 20-minute video. You can now converse, have a conversation with ChatGPT. The voice response rate has hit 320 milliseconds, which is the same as human speech. So you can have a live conversation with OpenAI. It can recommend, it can see emotion and understand emotional context as well. And you can also, there's also video. So you can share your screen with ChatGPT and it can understand what it's seeing, or you can show things on your camera on your phone or your device in the real world, and it can has understanding and it can interact with you with what you're seeing or saying to it. So that is really, going to exponentially expand the use cases. So if this wasn't enough, GPT-5 is only a few months away, and again, there's going to be even more multimodal capabilities, reduced hallucinations. So it's really quick. Like GPT-5, it's 4 Omni, and then 5 is going to be out so quickly. Again, it's going to really continue to accelerate what we can do with it. Now, this picture is not something from a Terminator movie. It's actually a humanoid robot from a company called Figure. So the robot uses OpenAI. So it's the world's first commercially available autonomous humanoid robot. So it has the dexterity of a human, and it can go, beyond those sort of legacy single function robots, and will have strong use cases across manufacturing, logistics, warehousing, and retail. So this is out already, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking for Arnold Schwarzenegger to come in at any moment. Now, the next thing that came out is, and I just want to focus on Microsoft for a little bit, just given how embedded Microsoft is within all of our businesses and enterprises, and Microsoft owns 49% of OpenAI. So Microsoft announced support for Omni the day after OpenAI did. So they're really in lockstep. And talking about the evolution of Copilot. So within 1 year, going from search, summarization, prompting, generating emails, CVs, where you have teams of people working together, executing predefined workflows and processes. So now we're talking only a year later where it's a concept of having co-pilots and people working together. So having autonomous co-pilots working with people and co-pilots working with co-pilots as well, executing dynamic workflows and processes. So the GPT-4 Omni capability has really facilitated a lot of this. So you can have a co-pilot, for example, as a guest in a Teams meeting, where you can be sharing a spreadsheet on the screen. So you could call the bot Jenny if you want. She can be your accounting co-pilot, and you can ask it questions about the Excel spreadsheet, and you can interact it in real life, and it will give you answers, things like, what are we seeing here? What are the trends? Can you make changes to the spreadsheet for me? That is, again, that's pretty exciting. And then there's going to concept of co-pilots as team members. So not to confuse team with teams. I know Microsoft are pretty confusing with that, but you can have a co-pilot as a team member. So they're going to have a co-pilot embedded in Microsoft Planner, so it can work do project management tasks, or in Teams. You can be a meeting facilitator, and there are many other roles that you can set up a co-pilot to be within your team. So it's working together with an autonomous co-pilot. Now, this is enabled by something called Copilot Extensions. So Copilot Extensions, which enables you to connect your co-pilots to your data. So there's 1,400 existing Power Platform connectors to all your existing application data sources on-prem, in the cloud, in third-party SaaS applications, so you can ground your AI, your co-pilots with your business data for your use case, and then now you can integrate it with Power Platform, so Power Automate, and you can set it up to autonomously run long-standing business processes. So again, this is going to be a really big game changer, I think, to start to think about how you deliver automation and business processes. The other main use case that's new is co-pilots on your enterprise data. So for example, we have a customer that has 300 shoe stores across Australia, so Diana Ferrari, among others, and they had their frequently asked questions in a SharePoint site. So we created a bot called Soul Search, excuse the pun, where, you know, if you can think about the demographic of the staff in Dana Ferrari or Mathers or Williams, you know, asking a lot of IT questions. What's our returns policy? My printer's not working. So that created a lot of work for help desk, IT support, or for HR or for finance. So now they have a bot that they can interact with and ask questions in natural language, and then they can go to a person when they need to, and the person will be able to see all the chat history. So the other thing that was announced that I think is going to be really significant was that users are going to be able to create their own co-pilots in SharePoint, and that was announced by Microsoft at Build Conference last week. So a user can create, say, this is my SharePoint site, I want to have a co-pilot in it, and then you can share it with other users, you can connect it to third-party data. So, you know, that should be a little bit scary for heads of IT around, you know, because it means you need to get your data security, governance and compliance in place before your users do. So this is what I was talking about. It's a co-pilot as an agent, so you can trigger it by event. So in this example, it's an email, but it can be an API call, it can be a database call, it can be something from a particular application. So in this example, I don't want to particularly drain this email because it's a little boring, but I think it's useful to go through. So an email comes, it's going to understand the intent of the email. It can open a service ticket. It can look at their account, look up their account in CRM, look at past orders and conversations, check inventory and place the order for you, and then reply to sender and then get a confirmation ticket. So these autonomous co-pilots that can run, you know, long-standing processes without human interaction, but they can be also have human guardrails and they can interact with humans and learn over time. You know, this is going to be, you know, very transformational in regards to how automation is delivered and how generally, you know, white-collar work is delivered moving forward. And this is early access, probably by the end of the year, this is going to be out. So, you know, I really encourage you to start thinking about and doing some, you know, pilots around how you could use this in your organizations. Now, natural language development has been out for a little while, but with Copilot Studio, you can now describe the Copilot you want, and the studio will go a long way to 80% of the way to actually creating it for you. And then obviously you need someone with a little bit of coding and understanding of the data to make sure it's implemented properly. But it's going to, you know, putting this in the hands of the users, you probably want to have a think about that, but this capability is out there. So the other major announcement that Microsoft sneakily did at exactly the same time, the day before Build, was the Copilot Plus PCs. Now, if you're like me, you just thought this is some new hardware, but or just about neural processing units, but it's not. It's about a lot more than that. So this is a total rewrite of Windows, and it's the biggest change in Windows for 20 to 30 years. So this is a total rewrite of Windows. And it wasn't just Microsoft services. It was also HP, it was Dell, it was Lenovo, Asus. So all the hardware vendors are coming to market at the same time. I think these will be available from the 18th of June, but it's a total rewrite of Windows. So it's about, they're bringing 40 on silicon local language models, small language models onto the device, which will enable, you know, different user services. So it's starting with recall. So a lot of you will have heard about recall. It's been in the press. So it's the ability to instantly find things that you've been working on. So whether it's a website you looked at months ago, or it was an email or something in Teams or in mails, instead of going through old-fashioned search, you can have a natural language interaction or talk to it now using For Omni, and it will find what you're looking for, and it will take you straight to the place within the application. So it'll take you to the email within Mail or within Teams or to the website page. Other things like Co-Creator, so you can start a drawing and then GPT will create it for you. Live caption, so this one's pretty cool. So if you saw the demo, there were 4 people on a video call, so it doesn't matter. It's not just in Teams. You can be using Zoom or whatever else, talking in different languages, and it was live translating it into English. So at the moment, it's 40 languages into English at the moment. There'll be more languages it will be able to translate into over time. So the ability to collaborate with people around the world, and then creative filters, again, doesn't matter what video platform you're using, it will enhance the experience. So 20 times more powerful for running AI workloads. It's capable of 40 trillion operations per second, 22 hours battery life. So these are pretty powerful. They're touting it that it's much more powerful than the M3 Mac computers. But again, definitely you might want to wait a year, up to you, but certainly, you know, users will probably start wanting these things very soon. So all this came about in a very short period of time. So where do you start, right? So there's lots of options. You want to work back from your use cases and map out to some quick wins. So there's small language models, which are great for training on a specific task or specific data set, or if you're working on a device. Large language models, which have, you know, significantly more power. So for example, GPT-4 has 175 billion reference points, whereas the Pi 3 model that's coming on the Copilot Plus PCs has only 3.3 billion, but really good for a particular use case. So you want to start thinking about, okay, what is my use case? Is it the location? Is it the device I'm using? Is it security? Am I going to be in an offline situation? So am I going to be working somewhere where I don't have internet connectivity and I still need to have my AI processing on my device? So I'm going to use a small language model. Am I going to do it in the public cloud, or am I going to do it on-prem? Again, a lot of similar considerations to using, you know, infrastructure as a service in public cloud or on premises. It's going to be cost. So public cloud services are about 3 times the cost of running it on-prem, because they're going to charge you each time you run the LLM. You train the model on your data, whereas once you've bought the infrastructure, you can train it as many times as you like. So these AI servers are not cheap. So there's a cost consideration. You might want to look at, you know, whether it's a security. So, you know, there's lots of things that you can do. So, you know, lots of options here. So you may use a combination of all these options. So what are you going to use? So there's public cloud services. So you can have AI services on Azure, on AWS or Google. So if you have full stack development capability and you want a very highly customized AI, then you might go out there to use one of the public cloud services. Or you might do a private LLM, which Dell are going to talk about before, because you want on-premises and you've got the infrastructure and you've got some security, privacy, latency requirements. That means you need to run it in your data center. You might use OpenAI, might be more for consumer use cases. You might use Copilot for more your M365, your Microsoft, where you're automating processes. You're using it in Teams, you know, some of the Microsoft things we were talking about before, or the small language models, as I mentioned before, like you're going to get on your devices. I don't know if you've seen these. So these are the Ray-Bans by Meta. So these are pretty cool wearable technology. So you can take photos with them, videos, listen to music. You can make calls with these glasses. You can do live stream to Instagram. So, you know, and I think over time you might use all of them or most of these. So it's really think about what's the particular use case. So, you know, this is might take a while, but it's, I think, reasonable to foresee organizations maybe using some or all of these. So you might want to, for a proof of concept, you might want to stand something up in the public cloud to get something going, prove a point, and then maybe run it on premises later on once you have a better understanding of what you're doing. So lots of really good ways to think about. So I don't know if it's going to be just one or just the other. It will probably be a mix, like with cloud. So customers have something in public cloud, something in software as a service, something on-prem. So there'll be a mix of use cases, but you want to start thinking about, what's going to work for your organization. So there's lots of models. So we've got a list here of 100 of the sort of most popular AI models and what they do. So if you're interested and you want to see it, so you can through the contact list there, or you can scan the QR code if you like it. You can contact us and we will send you an email of it. So this is the approach that we use with a lot of our clients. So like anything, you don't want to go, we don't all want to be guilty of chasing shiny toys. I've certainly been accused of that in the past. So you want to start with use cases. What's your needs and goals analysis? Engage the business stakeholders. I think you'll find the C-suite are going to be very keen on using AI. They'll all be pretty excited about it. You want to understand your data and security. Again, you might not want to solve that problem totally before you start, because it might take you a little bit long. So you might want to start on quite a narrow use case with a small data set that is secure, and then iterate on that, doing some AI solution development, testing and validation, etc., etc. So, you want to have a structured approach to it. You want to be, agile, innovative, but you definitely want to get started with some narrow use cases and prove it out of your business and grow. So let's talk about the data. So I really like this picture. So you can either fix your bad data, or you can use generative AI to produce bad data faster. So it's still garbage in, garbage out, right? The AI it's still a robot. It's still a blunt instrument. It's only going to give answers based on the data that you give it. So you want to make sure that your data is accurate and what you're giving it is correct. And there's some stats around, the costs of having bad data. So IBM saying businesses lose 3.1 trillion per annum due to poor quality data. Understood. So you want to have a complete picture of your data. So where is your data? Is it in the cloud? Is it on-prem? Is it on, under someone's desk in a NAS? Is it on someone's device? Is it in SaaS applications? So you want to get a really good picture of where your data is, and particularly where your important data is. Where's your IP? Where's your PII data? So, we've got the new privacy laws coming out in Australia in November, which are going to have, there's significant fines for directors, business owners, board members for, PII leaks and security breaches. So you want to know where that data is. So looking at combining disparate data sources in one location. So there are, data integration tools from Dell. There are things like Snowflake or Microsoft Fabric or Databricks that can bring your data together. And it's a way, you don't need to be a data scientist to get going. Obviously, it helps if you are, but there are ways you can really accelerate connecting data without having to go sort of, legacy, ETL platforms. And you can start really, utilizing data from disparate sources. And security. Security is not going away. It's becoming more and more high profile, and AI is going to only create more problems. So on both sides, we're being attacked using AI. We can defend using AI. But the key thing is you want to know, what's the information you're going to train your data on, right? What information are you going to train your AI models on? You want to understand, what that data is that you're training the model on. You want to introduce sensitivity labels on documents that the AI models can know, accept, or avoid. Depending on your policy, you want to make sure that sensitive and secure data is only used in the right context by the right people, and that you can only prompt information or have interaction, voice and video interaction with data that you're allowed to have access to. You want to make sure that AI is respecting your policies and its output is restricted to the scope for the intended purpose of that bot. And governance, right? You don't want your AI bot to learn off expired data. So, if you've got frequently asked questions or policies, you don't want it to giving answers to policies that are 10 years old. So you want to have some sort of governance procedure in place. So these are the 6 sort of areas and things to think about in regards to, your data and security of AI. So you want, as we've mentioned, you want to make sure it's accurate because garbage in, garbage out. Understood, you want to know where your important data is, and you want to make sure it's secure. So how do we prepare? So this is the workflow we use with our clients to ensure that they have the right foundations in place before they get started. So firstly, know your data, know where your data is sitting physically, but also where in your files and in your data sources is your private data, secure data, financial data. Where's your IP that you want to protect? You want to provide you want to apply labels automatically to that data. So this needs to be automated, because if you're relying on the end users or it's a manual process, it's never going to work. So you want to be able to apply these labels, and then you want to prevent data loss, provide data loss prevention policies to it. You need to encrypt that data, and then you want to have governance across that data. So, automatically, delete data maybe after 10 years or 7 years or 20 years, whatever your policy is. So this is the process that we use to help our customers to get started. So one of the hardest things to work out is where you can start. So to get ready for AI, so as I mentioned in the previous slide, is doing a data risk assessment. So we've done this for a number of our clients around getting ready, particularly for Copilot or some AI use cases. So this is doing a scan of your data, so you know where your PII data is, for example, your health data, your financial services data, your IP, so understanding where it is within your environment, whether it's in Teams or an on-prem file server, cloud file server, SharePoint, OneDrive, so giving you a picture of where that data is, so you can provide a comprehensive report on the types of data and their locations, as well as a risk assessment on the management and security of that data, and with some actionable advice on and steps you can take to how to secure your data. The other offer is to do a Copilot on your data. So as I mentioned, that use case with the store FAQs for the shoe retailer. So you can choose a use case. So it might be FAQs, it might be staff onboarding, it might be IT help desk. So we will help build the Copilot on the Azure AI Studio, a proof of concept that you can use on your data, and a working bot, so that you can start, getting going in this space. There's a QR code, so if you want to contact us and have a chat about how we could help you with these. So this concludes Empyrean's Insights. So if you want to have a chat to us about data and AI in the context of your business, you can reach out either via the contact form there, empyreanit.com.au/contact, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. So thanks very much for your attention. I appreciate it. And now I'd like to pass you across to Dell and Aruna. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Josh, for your insights. Hello, everyone. I'm Aruna Kolluru, AI specialist at Dell. Let's actually look at some of those insights, and some of them might be repetitive, but it's just kind of showcasing how important it is. So the primary point I want to really emphasize is actually the immense importance of the generative AI. Right? Dell has conducted a survey recently, and there's almost unanimous consensus regarding the significant value. Significant value gains that AI brings. A staggering 76% actually believe there will be significant gains, which is remarkable. And additionally, slightly over 20% anticipate gains surpassing 60%. These value increases are largely linked to enhanced productivity, streamlined process, and cost savings. Another key finding from our research is the urgency of delivering this value promptly. Consequently, there are high expectations and considerable pressure to ensure success in this particular endeavor. So consider AI as an analytical left brain responsible for tasks like identifying patterns, processing data, and making decisions. This facet of technology is well established. We have seen it for a while. It's widely integrated into the IT operations, and it's continuously expanding. In contrast, generative AI functions as the creative right brain, specializing in generating original content. It produces new outputs like chat responses or designing code, producing synthetic data and videos, and by drawing on existing knowledge. So generative AI fosters innovative human-machine collaborations, really unlocking that fresh opportunities. Although this analogy has its own limitations, AI encompasses diverse subsets like computer vision, deep learning, and generative AI excels at efficiently generating unique content, serving an increasingly diverse range of applications. So why are organizations struggling to adopt, right? If we have so much of gains, we have seen that 76% actually see the value. So there are some headwinds that are slowing down the adoption. Though AI is revolutionizing the business landscape at a very rapid pace, really placing significant pressure on enterprises to really accelerate their AI initiatives in order to stay competitive, foster innovation, and also enhance operational efficiency. But this rapid transformation also presents like multiple challenges that are commonly recognized. These are some of the common ones. Complexity of AI implementations. Many organizations really lack the required AI expertise to effectively navigate the complexities of AI implementation. Additionally, ensuring data readiness possesses a significant hurdle. Accessing the right data is essential for AI success, but numerous organizations encounter obstacles like insufficient usable data, integration issues with the diverse data sources, data preparation complexities, challenges related to data access and governance, and a shortage of expertise. An organization's ability to effectively manage these aspects greatly influences its success in AI. And then comes the risks associated with the implementation, right? Certain AI implementations carry inherent risks like data and intellectual property leakage, which Josh was highlighting, and privacy concerns and data sovereignty challenges. The potential repercussions of mishandling these risks, including reputational damage and legal liabilities, underscore the critical importance of safeguarding data and the IP. And the third one is the cost considerations. While acquiring AI skills and talent represent a primary challenge in adopting AI, the financial implications become increasingly apparent once organizations come in the implementation, right? The real production version. AI can have substantial expenses, including high acquisition costs for advanced technologies, unpredictable cloud computing expenditures, the necessity for specialized skills, and the need to account for energy consumption of these workloads. These financial considerations actually pose significant factors to be weighed when embarking onto this new AI initiatives. So coming back to our region, it's reflecting similar things. According to the AI ecosystem report, we see significant improvement in AI adoption and AI startups. But one of the biggest challenge, as highlighted by Josh earlier again, is the fragmented data systems. You can see that in the highlighted text there. Sorry. So many in the industry are coming to the terms with the fact that current data center and IT models are not equipped to handle the rapid pace and the immense scale of these AI applications. This realization calls for a complete revaluation. What needs to be, what's needed is, what's needed is a new breed of data center, specially tailored to meet the unique demands of AI. And here we are actually introducing the Dell AI factory. Much like physical factories drove the industrial revolution, AI factories are set to propel the AI revolution forward. However, instead of producing tangible goods, these AI factories churn out actionable intelligence, new content, and groundbreaking insights. So enter the Dell AI factory, representing Dell's strategy for embracing and integrating AI to assist customers in accelerating their AI initiatives. The Dell AI factory really empowers customers to harness the potential of their data, the primary fuel of the AI factory, to achieve their desired outcomes. Dell brings to the forefront the industry's most comprehensive AI-optimized infrastructure portfolio, fosters an open ecosystem through strategic partnerships without leading with many other leading AI companies, and offers a wide array of AI services ranging from strategic planning to implementation and scaling expertise. So with the Dell AI Factory, we offer customers a comprehensive solution to speed up their AI journey by addressing the most pressing challenges in the AI adoption, complexity, risk, and the cost. So here's how customers can benefit, right? So for example, for simplified AI implementation, we provide integrated solutions that streamline the AI deployment process, making it simpler for customers to leverage AI technologies. Additionally, we bridge any skill gaps by offering our expertise to augment their teams. And then the data protection and management, we ensure that our customers' most valuable asset, their data, is safeguarded, efficiently managed, and readily accessible to support their AI initiatives. And the most important one is right-sizing the AI investments. Our extensive AI portfolio allows customers to tailor the investments to their specific use cases and requirements. Whether they need solutions and data analytics, machine learning, or deep learning, we have the right tools and the technologies to meet their needs. Moreover, we actually integrate energy-efficient technologies to help lower overall cost associated with the AI operations. In essence, AI Factory actually empowers customers to harness the power of AI more rapidly and effectively, enabling them to unlock the full potential of AI in driving business innovation. So these are some of the use cases, right? Before ChatGPT, the focus was on educating organizations about the potential AI use cases, how they can utilize AI. However, post ChatGPT, there's a widespread recognition of AI importance, and every organization is brimming with potential use cases. At Dell, we have identified over 200 plus use cases where AI can make a transformative impact. So right now, having those use cases, there's hundreds of potential use cases on the table, it's time to prioritize and align these initiatives with your corporate strategy. And Josh mentioned a couple of things, right? It's important to look into what's important for the organization, right? So the strategy of the organization. So at Dell, we've actually implemented this approach with, and we are ready to replicate it for the customers. Dell services actually specialize in helping customers unlock the value of GenAI for their data at every stage of the journey, right? So it all begins with clustering and prioritizing the use cases. By identifying a series of use cases that share a common requirement and deliver substantial value, we shift the focus from isolated deployments to addressing multiple challenges simultaneously. This approach actually minimizes waste and accelerates the return on investment, making subsequent projects more appealing. We can delve deeper into this concept during the session, and we can also see how we can translate it into tangible results. Dell Professional Services can guide you through every step of this process. And then when it comes to the data services, data serves as the fundamental building block powering the AI factory. But the efficacy of any AI endeavor hinges on the quality of the data utilized. Again, Josh insisted on garbage in, garbage out, and the importance of the data quality. Often an organization has data scattered across various locations, including on-premise and at the edge. The design of the AI factory is strategically crafted to help organizations bring AI as close as possible to their data sources. According to a survey, 83% or 80+% of the data, organization's data is still on-prem. So we want to bring AI to your data source, not moving all the data. So this approach actually minimizes latency, it reduces the cost, and upholds data security by ensuring that sensitive information actually remains within a controlled environment. This approach guarantees that AI can leverage high quality data effectively, even if it's not readily accessible in the cloud. Preparing your data for AI represents a crucial initial step in maximizing the value to deliver from your AI investments. And with Dell's AI-ready data platform, it actually streamlines the process like never before. At its core, our solution offers a unique capability, that's connectivity. Here how it's worked, right? First, we provide you with a modern data lakehouse, which actually serves as a centralized hub for all your AI requirements. Next, we seamlessly integrate you into your broader ecosystem of data analytic tools and AI/ML workflows and cloud platforms, facilitating faster querying and model training. And lastly, our AI-optimized infrastructure delivers a comprehensive compute, networking, and storage platform that's designed with multi-cloud capabilities in mind. Rest assured, everything is validated and tested for your peace of mind. We also recognize the importance of multi-cloud flexibility and security. That's why we actually partnered with leading cloud providers like AWS, Azure, ensuring you can access your data wherever it resides and leverage cloud native AI tools. As again, Josh mentioned, security remains our top priority with comprehensive and fortified security measures at both the infrastructure and the software layer. Your data remains safeguarded at every step. But you're not alone on this journey. We offer a dedicated team of trained AI and industry experts ready to support you from day one. Whether it's crafting your AI strategy, preparing your data, or deploying use cases, we are here to partner to bring AI to life. So again, infrastructure forms the bedrock of every AI factory, right? Encompassing client devices, server storage, data protection, and networking. But this foundation must possess flexibility to adapt to rapidly evolving landscape of AI. That's where the AI factory shines, offering support for diverse AI requirements through the industry's most comprehensive AI solutions portfolio. The breadth allows organizations to tailor their AI investments precisely and enjoy the flexibility to deploy AI anywhere. Depending on the AI workloads, you can choose to use the GPUs, CPUs, NPUs, whatever is required for that particular workload. Not only do we provide best of breed technology across all the infrastructure domains, we also deliver the advantage of that end-to-end portfolio, simplifying the deployment, operation, and also the maintenance of the AI factory infrastructure. Achieving the right outcomes really hinges on the employing the right technology. Dell Technologies actually provides everything from AI-ready PCs for knowledge workers to high-performance servers, networking, and storage tailored for training large language models, along with infrastructure designed to support edge inferencing. This comprehensive approach enables AI Factory to meet all your organization's AI needs. So let's break down the process of determining which AI models to use when, as it's crucially tied to your organization's objectives. Step one is actually to determine your objective or goal. Begin by carefully considering which parts of the organization you aim to support and identify the corresponding user base. Then determine like which or where the relevant data resides. Start by with a clear understanding of what the business aims to achieve. And that's key to landing on a solution that will be genuinely valuable for the organization. And then step two is to identify the use case. Next, actually pinpoint the specific capabilities required for the solution. What tasks do we need to want the generative AI to assist with? It could involve generating marketing content or implementing the digital assistant on the website or creating synthetic data or images or developing a natural language code, right? As your colleagues will discover in a with your colleagues, you can actually discover what is required, cluster these some of the use cases that can enable the model to work across multiple solutions. And then decide on the AI pattern. With the grasp of your objective and use case, you can select the appropriate pattern that the desired results will be required, right? So balancing performance, risk, and the cost. Think of a pre-trained model as something that comes out of the box knowing a certain level of information. Model augmentation involves modifying what model knows, especially updating it so you can react differently. Fine-tuning takes this a further step, altering how the AI model thinks. Finally, the model training, you're building the neural network from scratch, designing what and how the model learns. And the step four is to right-size the investment. Based on the chosen pattern from the previous step, you will have a clear understanding of how to scope and optimize the necessary infrastructure. While some models can run on laptops, other models require substantial resources like 8 GPUs or H100 GPUs. Ultimately, it boils down to what you're aiming to achieve. And this framework can guide you in making informed decisions. Similar to how traditional AI factory thrives on well-established supply chain, the AI factory relies on vibrant ecosystem of AI vendors and solutions. This is why a fundamental aspect of the Dell AI factory involves guiding organizations through this dynamic landscape, helping them identify compatible ecosystem partners and facilitating smooth integration. With a proven track record of nurturing open ecosystems, Dell is actually dedicated to promoting inclusivity and encouraging enabling access to innovation. So by providing customers with a wider range of technology solutions and greater flexibility. Collaborating closely with our ecosystem partners, we strive to offer comprehensive blueprints and full stack solutions that streamline the process of building your AI solutions, eliminating any guesswork on compatibilities and what components to bring together. It's essential to recognize that no single technology vendor can monopolize on this innovation. Our focus lies in collaborating with trusted brands you rely on to deliver solutions that align with your needs and provide the flexibility to meet your requirements. This really entails offering a comprehensive partner ecosystem stack. From co-location and hosting providers we collaborate with to enhance our offerings, to silicon vendors, and then underpin these models, we have we provide a broad global system integrator community to assist organizing in building their AI capabilities. Also, we empower you to operate within the environment you are most comfortable with. And perhaps most importantly, we ensure support for the software models, ML frameworks, and generative AI models essential for your operations. So the partnership between Dell and NVIDIA showcases the NVIDIA AI factory, right? As two industry leaders joining forces, we offer a comprehensive full stack solution encompassing models, frameworks, tooling, all readily available for our customers to leverage. This collaboration simplifies the journey for customers, making it effortless for them to achieve success with generative AI. So at Dell, we understand that embarking on a generative AI can be daunting. That's why we offer comprehensive services at every step of the way. So whether it's establishing a strategy, which is the first step in your AI journey to establish a complete robust strategy, which is for your organization, our team of experts will work closely with you to define clear objectives, identify key use cases, and outline a strategic roadmap tailored for your organization goals. Similarly, I'm not going through each of these steps here in the interest of time, but whether it's preparing your data or building your generative AI platform, deploying those models which you have built, we are here to help you at every stage. Services teams will be able to help you. At Dell, we are proud to be recognized as a leader in the field of generative AI. Our commitment to innovation and excellence has really garnered attention from industry experts, including Forrester. So why choose Dell for your AI initiative? First, comprehensive AI solutions portfolio. Dell has the world's broadest AI solutions portfolio spanning from desktop to data center to cloud. We offer a one-stop shop for end-to-end solutions tailored to various use cases, ensuring that you find the perfect fit for your AI needs. And then we have unmatched storage and data capacity. No other vendor matches Dell storage and data capacity sold globally. Data is at the core of AI, and organizations worldwide trust Dell infrastructure to safeguard and manage their data effectively. And then broad open and AI ecosystem. Dell's expansive open AI ecosystem provides validated and optimized solutions, simplifying AI deployment and fostering trust. And this is actually followed by competitive total cost of ownership. Dell excels in delivering competitive total cost of ownership compared to other infrastructure providers. Our portfolio offers cost-effective solutions for running AI on-prem, outperforming public cloud providers. And the most important one is the accelerated time to value. With our extensive solutions portfolio and automation deployment capabilities, Dell can help customers achieve significant reductions in time to value. Our solutions enable organizations to deploy AI up to 80% faster compared to the traditional methods. So as a next step, you actually have seen the right part of the screen, and from Josh. And from a Dell perspective, again, the next steps could be to plan a workshop or explore your use cases and everything. Please reach out to the Empyrean team or the Dell team to take forward. And as a next step, we can really look into how we can enable AI in your organization.
Thanks, Aruna. That was really insightful. All right, everyone, we're near the end here, so I appreciate your time. As you can see, we've got the offers there from the workshops from Dell, or the Copilot proof of concept, or the data risk assessment, which you're going to have to do anyway, so you may as well get us to do it. So reach out. That offers only for people who have attended this session. And we look forward to helping you on your AI journey. If anyone's got any questions they want to pop into the Q&A tab, you can see at the top, there's a chat or a Q&A. If anyone's got any questions they'd like to ask us, you can put them in there now, or later we can, if you want any questions, you can reach out to us through the contact name there.
So there's, I see a couple of questions. You want me to read out, Josh?
Yeah, so there's one from, I think that's Joe.
I think we should actually go backwards. Maybe, I think, Josh, you already responded to one of those questions about the offer.
Yes, I did.
You responded to a few questions. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I respond. So yeah, if you're in New South Wales, we've got lots of New South Wales customers, so easy to fly up if we need to do stuff, and start then do stuff in person or online, whatever's required. And the data risk assessment, yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time. We just need the right access. We need to build the scanner, and within about a week you'll get the report. The Copilot proof of concept, so that's more interaction with you. We need to work with your business, maybe do a workshop around the use cases to understand the workflows, understand the data, and there's some more setup time in Azure as well. If you want to go down that route, so yeah, probably need in total probably half a day to a day from in total from a customer. It'll take a couple of weeks duration though to complete the proof of concept. So again, any questions on those, we more than happy to have a chat.
And there's another question: how GenAI mitigates those correction suggestions by end user if GenAI provides incorrect information? So this is actually called hallucinations. When we do that as well, right? We actually fill the gaps. We know two different things. We actually fill the gap and answer a question. And similarly, GenAI actually fills those gaps and answers those questions. One example is I actually asked ChatGPT a long time back, how are retailers using AI in Australia? And it just builds up. Coles is actually using for this, and this. And these are one of the use cases which these customers have been working with, but it knows that retail vendors in Australia are Coles, and then it actually brought up the other information. So how do we actually deal with this? There is a technique called RAG, where you can provide your own information, right? For example, you can provide a document with the facts, where the model can actually pick the facts from the document and then frame the response using the generative AI. So that's one of the techniques which is commonly used. It's called retrieval augmented generation. And you can also fine tune your models with your own data set to minimize or mitigate with this hallucinations.
Nice. And if you've seen, Teams has already built a 44-second recap of our presentation. So there you go. That's AI in action.
Yeah. There's another question.
Yes, so we can email the offers to, if you want to share them with stakeholders, review or have a discussion. So thanks, Aman. We will, and we will also, if people want to know more about the new privacy legislation coming out in November, we actually did a big presentation on that specific topic a couple of months ago. So we'll send out a link or share a link on that as well if people are interested in that. All right, I think we've got to time. So thank you everyone for staying with us. We appreciate your time, and good luck on your AI journeys. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Aruna.